It is great to greet you. My name is Dale Brown, and I have the pleasure of being one of the pastors of Community Church at Ocean Pines. Welcome. This is the week leading up to Father's Day, and I want to tell you a story about the men who have affected and impacted my life. One of them I never had the chance to know. My grandfather was named Joseph Gordon Hill, and Pop was my mother's father. And Pop worked hard all his life. And as he and my grandmother were aging, I became Pop's sidekick because Mom Hill, his wife, my grandmother, had begun to what we called have back then hardening of the arteries, which we would call today Alzheimer's. And he needed someone to be with him. And I spent many nights at their house and have those fond memories of being with my grandparents. Their bedroom where I slept had a particular smell that I associate even today when I smell it with my grandparents. I never had the chance to know my father's dad, Pop Brown. But one time, as Dad was nearing death, he looked at me, and with a very serious look on his face, he said this: "You never knew your grandfather. I wish you had. You would have been best friends. You're just like him." Now, to have known Pop in Greenbackville, Virginia, and to know how good and kind and compassionate a man he was under some very difficult circumstances, I took that as one of the highest compliments my father ever gave me. My father is William Leonard Brown. Dad's been gone a few years now, and it's almost every day that I think of something he taught me or said to me or did for me. I sit here today as the pastor of this church with much thanks to my dad's sacrificial giving and support of me throughout seminary and all throughout my life. I say these things because the greatest privilege I have in life is to be a son of God, to be a son of my father, and to be a father myself. This weekend, over the Father's Day weekend, my son Zachary will be getting married. And as I look at him, and as I think about grandchildren and other male heirs and children, I hope that the legacy that I leave is as great and as significant as the legacy that people took time to sow into my life. The great thing for me is that, the good Lord willing, there's still time. And for all of the fathers and grandfathers and uncles and men and people who want to make this world a better place, the best piece of advice I can give, the greatest piece of advice I can give, is be a man of God. Love God with all your heart, your mind, your soul, and your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. And without even saying a word, that young man who may need a father figure, your own children or grandchildren, will see what you're doing, and that legacy will live longer than anything that you can ever say. To all the fathers, happy Father's Day. It's a tremendous joy to be a dad. And to everyone, remember, leaving that legacy of a godly life will live on for eternity.